Did you know you can make money from Airbnb without owning even one property? It's called co-hosting. Now, you may be sitting there and thinking, well, what the heck is co-hosting? I've heard of arbitrage, I've heard of owning properties, but what skills do I need to be an excellent co-host? How do I make money from co-hosting? I'm gonna unpack all three of these things for you and give you some super secret tips. I probably make more money in a week than most people make in a quarter because I combine my owned properties with my co-hosting. Co-hosting, for people that don't have money to invest into real estate, is really the starting point. A lot of people see arbitrage as the gold standard because there's so many people that are selling, hey, you can do arbitrage with no money. It does cost you money. So that's why I've gotten into co-hosting. One, so I can get to my financial goals faster. It's how I went from having a plan of retiring at 60 to being financially free at 48. I'm 51 today. So one of the things that becomes really important is going to be the payoff in co-hosting. The payoff is that it's less money. Really, it's almost no money to get started compared to arbitrage or buying real estate. Two, you don't have to negotiate leases with these property management companies that are managing big apartment complexes and stuff like that. Three, you're not paying the lease. That's a huge deal. Oh yeah, by the way, when you arbitrage, you got to furnish the property. And then what happens when, the leasing company says, hey, we're getting too many complaints, we're not doing this anymore. And then they terminate your lease, or you run out of the extension and you're not making any money. You got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 worth of furniture left over. You do not have to worry about that with co-hosting. That's the thing that I love about co-hosting is I was able to just dive right in. And it's not because I'm Bill Faeth from Build Short-Term Rental Wealth or anything like that. I literally just did it for one guy. And then I got a referral to guy number 2. And then I was so good for them, I got a referral for guy number 3. Potential co-host clients only care about 2 things. Number 1, can you make me more money? It's really that simple. Most people that are using co-hosts have had a poor experience with a property management company and they're looking to make more money. Number 2 is, I don't have the time to deal with this. I want you to deal with it. The question becomes, I don't see many people on social media and Instagram talking about co-hosting. And Bill, you're the guy that invests and has built this multi-million-dollar portfolio and you teach people how to invest. Why are you talking about co-hosting today? Can you make money from it? Yeah, you can. I made about $400,000 in income last year off of co-hosting. But before you're ready to target those and go have a meeting with a potential prospect, you better nail the 2 most important skills if you want to co-host. Number 1 is revenue management. That's the pricing strategies. There are great tools out there. I love Price Labs. It's an awesome tool, but it is not set it and forget it. You need to really know how to optimize pricing manually and set up like super far out pricing, last minute discounts, but also we have to do the research. Then we have to apply our knowledge of revenue management based on what we're seeing from the competition. I love the pacing feature inside of Price Labs. I want to see what percentage of properties are booked and at what average price. I want to see what properties are available and what average price. I want to be tracking RevPAR. There's a lot of things to track in the revenue management side, but that's the first skill that you need to really be able to step in and just compete and be at the top level with co-hosts that are out there. So that's my number 2 skill set. My number 1 skill set is the second one that you need to be an excellent co-host. That is marketing. Airbnb today is like Google. That is our traffic driver. But where you separate from everybody else is your off-platform marketing. You need to be able to do social media at a high level. And most importantly, my superpower is Facebook ads. We run these for almost all of our properties and absolutely annihilate our competition by doing this. And the reason that I add properties is I treat my co-hosting portfolio exactly like I treat my owned real estate portfolio. I'm not looking to have 50 doors. I'm not looking to have 100 doors. And that's the bullshit that people are going to sell you in this. Oh, we can get you 20 clients in 90 days. Look at Bob. He has 100 doors. No shit. None of them make any fucking money. So if you want to make money, you want to really target markets like beach markets, ski markets that have high gross revenues, because we're going to take a commission of that gross revenue, just like a property management company does. And we're going to do the guest communication. We're going to do the marketing for them. We're going to do the listing optimization. We're going to do the revenue management of the cleaners, and when we need, our services, our handymen, our electricians. So when I started, I took on a property that's doing about $84,000. I took them to about $115,000. I took on 2 more properties, and I made the distinction, you know what? I don't want to take on a $40,000 or $50,000 property that I'm going to make like $8,000 or $9,000. That's not worth my time to work a year for that. So I started at $100,000 minimum in revenue from a potential standpoint. So I would take a property at 80, 90 because my skills were good enough to get it up above above 100,000. Then as I added 3 properties, I went to 125. Then as I was at 6 properties, I went to 150. As I added a couple of more, I jumped all the way up to $200,000 in revenue, right? Now I've got properties like in the OBX and, that are going to do $450,000 to $500,000 a year in revenue. So you look at the Outer Banks, you look at Destin, 30A, Gulf Shores. Those are the places that I've targeted to do the majority of my co-hosting in because they have higher price points, higher gross revenues, which means in return, I'm going to make more money. Go high end. That's how you're really going to make more money, right? That's how we make money, in this co-hosting business. You can do this within 60 to 90 days. Here's the number one tip that I'm going to give you to get to acquire customers. Everybody else in the co-hosting space is selling you on skip tracing and, pulling property tax records to find out who owns these properties, and nobody's targeting one singular market. Pick out a market: Scottsdale, Arizona; Malibu, West Yellowstone, Montana; Lake Hamilton in Arkansas; Gulf Shores, whatever. Pick out a market that you're comfortable with, go in and learn the market, and then build a case study. If you don't have the case study today, like as a current co-host or a property manager or as an owner like I did, I used my first beach house property as my case study. I bought it. It was doing about $44,000 or $45,000 a year in revenue. I used the property management company for 3 months. They fucking sucked. So then I took it over and I did $98,000 in the next 12 months. The second year I pushed it to like 112, 115. That was my case study. Build a case study, share that in Facebook groups in the market that you're going into where owners reside, the STR owners group and Broken Bow or wherever you're going to go, and then help them. Don't sell. That's the big deal. Go help the owner. Say, hey, I do this, this, and this is how I make my clients more money. And then the clients are going to come in and say, you know what? Hey, I just reached out to my property management company. They're not running Facebook ads. They don't have a direct booking website for me. They run everything through their own direct booking website. Oh my gosh, they don't have an Instagram page. They don't do that stuff. Then say, you know what? Hey, I can jump on a Zoom and I can show you how to do this 100% for free. I just want to help everybody. And basically, you're going to teach these people how to do this. And at the end of that Zoom call, you don't even need to sell if you've done a great job. Because what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, Bill, I don't have time to do this. I don't know how to revenue manage. I don't know how to run Facebook ads. I don't know how to do social media. Do you know somebody that can do this for me? Or would you be interested in doing this for me? Oh, you know what, Tom? I'd be more than happy. Can you send me your link and I'll take a look at your property? Take a look at the property. Make sure it checks the boxes to hit your buy box, what you're going to fill in your slots, because you only have a limited number of slots. And the more money you can make, the higher value properties you can fill into slot number 1, number 2, number 3, the more value you're going to get in 5, 6, 7. So when you're building out your business plan, I want you to think about how many properties you're going to take on, and most importantly, what you want to get out of this. How much time per week do you want to invest in this business? And secondly, how much money do you want to make? And then you actually construct the business, you architect it around those desired outcomes. That's part of what I bring from doing 34 startups and building $50 million companies for the last 30 years. What I'm giving you right now is literally the keys to the kingdom on how to build these businesses. Follow these steps, build your case study, and if you're just getting started, even if you have to work for somebody for 60 days for free, if it's a targeted property, don't sleep on that. If you do a good job, you kick ass over those 60 days, you're going to get that customer, right? So there's customer number 1. Then you've built your case study that you now have to leverage to grab all the other customers. It's a double win for you. Now, if you want to learn everything else and get my contracts and get my strategies and all that type of stuff, click the link down below. I've got a co-hosting masterclass waiting for you. It will blow your mind how easy this is to start making money within about 90 to 100 days. Now, if you want to see more videos, make sure you smash that subscribe button and watch what's coming up next. I'll see you guys on the next video.